It's Thursday, July 30th, 2020, and I've been watching old music that I used to listen to back in my college days, way back. Back in the day, y'all youngsters don't know about 2000, way back in 2012. See, y'all youngsters don't know about 2012 now. I'll tell you about 2012. See, way back in 2012, Jesus Christ, I can't even. There's a litany of ways this joke can go, and it's going to make me depressed either way. But I've been watching old music videos, old stuff from college, and it's trippy. I haven't watched it in a long time, and I'm sure you've experienced this, where you haven't watched something or you haven't listened to something in a long time, and then you look back and you listen to it after years, and you remember, like viscerally, you remember the feelings that you had at the time that you first listened to it or you first felt those feelings, and you remember, like listening to it, you remember in like details. You remember like I was listening to this song, and I remember my teeth felt gritty when I first heard it. That's how like ingrained in my feelings. I'm listening to Tyler the Creator, Radicals, and like you just remember everything about that feeling and that time in your life. But then you also look at the song differently. It has a different context to it now. If that makes any sense. It has just like, it doesn't feel the same. My perception of it is different because of so much time. So I don't think I've talked about Tyler the Creator all that much, but he has actually been a huge influence on my life. I haven't thought about that. Like, I haven't thought about that in detail. I haven't listened to any of his old music in a long time. But I very much relate to him. And I think anybody who knows who Tyler, the Creator is can immediately be like, yeah, I can see how Aaron would relate to Tyler, the Creator. And I remember first listening to Yonkers. That was the first song I ever heard from Tyler, the Creator. Listening to Yonkers and being in an incredibly dark place because I'm always in a dark place. You haven't listened to this podcast before, then you don't know. No, but I was in like a angsty, like 19-year-old phase of anger. And I remember watching Yonkers over and over and over. I watched it so many times, and I just got really into Tyler the Creator, and just everything he was putting out, I just related to. If you really want to know my feelings, like that angry. If there is a song that is the angry Aaron Chase, the punk rock Aaron Chase, the septum piercing, patch wearing, combat boot rocking Aaron Chase. Listen to Tyler the Creator, Radicals. Listen to the whole goddamn thing, and every word of that song I've always felt, even since like middle school, I have felt. And I remember hearing his music first off, hearing it, it wasn't Tyler the Creator wasn't as famous as he was at that point. That was when he was first kind of coming up. Goblin was like his first big thing. And I remember being like, hold on. He's like 2 months older than me. And that gave me a twinge of anxiety. That was like, oh, he's doing what I wanted. I didn't want to be a musician, but he's doing the thing, and he's my age. And I remember that freaking me out, and that never left my head. And I just very much related to all of his music, and probably him at the time he was making that music, And as he's grown, it felt like I didn't grow with his music. It felt like he kept going, getting better, and I took a detour. It felt we were both in the starting range, sort of. I mean, he was a little ahead of me because a little way ahead of me, miles ahead of me, fucking kilometers. I don't know metric system. He was ahead of me, but angsty, emotional wise. We were both super angsty and emotional. He kept making music, and slowly you could see him figuring it out. And I kept going to fucking college like an idiot and being in stupid fucking relationships like an idiot and going in the wrong direction. And as his music changed and noticeably got a little lighter, it got a little happier, I was like, he's not the same, man. Fucking sell out, Tyler. You fucking sold out, bro. Why aren't you still burning people and killing people in fucking school, man? I was just going in the wrong direction. And now, if you follow Tyler, the Creator, you know where he's at this point in his career. He's, I think he's openly gay. Pretty sure he's openly gay at this point. Regardless, all the faggots and all of the homophobic stuff he would say as a youngster, as a young youth, as a young ruffian, running about, snot on your nose, dirt on your t-shirt, as a young ruffian. Tyler grew from that, and he really blossomed. He figured out who he was. And I feel like I took a little bit of a late start, did a little bit of stumbling there in the beginning there of the starting line. But I think it's back on track. And I'm not at Igor where Tyler is. Igor is Tyler, the Creator's magnum opus. But to go from Bastard or the Odd Future mixtapes and Goblin, to go from Radicals to Earthquake or to Black is it Black Magic Wand or something? I can't remember. Whatever. To go to Igor, it shows a huge progression in a person. And I feel like I'm on track to my Igor. It's just going to take a really long time. I don't know what the fuck is going on with this coronavirus stuff and the protests and the election and Epstein and the money and the no money and the homelessness and the murder and the shooting and the racism and I don't know what the fuck is happening. All I know is stay focused on the goal, and that is stand up. No distractions. There's a world of distractions. Just focus on stand up. That's it. It seems like that. I mean, I don't know what Tyler's life was like behind the scenes, but it seems like that's what he did. There was even he had a verse in one of his old songs. I can't remember which one it was. Shouts out to Jonathan Tynes, actually. He's the one who pointed this out. Me and Jonathan were talking about Haji Beats. Jonathan, I might tag you in this, just for nostalgia purposes. I haven't talked to you in a while. Well, Anyway, Haji Beats. We were talking about, it was when we used to live in the apartment, in that fucking slumlord-ass apartment. We were in the apartment talking about Tyler, the Creator, and Haji Beats, and how nobody gives a fuck about Haji Beats and left. I have not heard about them in I can't remember how long. And he brought up a verse that Tyler made way back in the mixtape days, I think, where he said something like, maybe it was Goblin, I can't remember, but he said something like, y'all out there partying while I'm focused making strings on my music, or some shit like he just had his focus and it seemed to be music. That's where he channeled all that fucking wacky cartoon energy. And I think now that I've done the same with stand-up comedy, it's frustrating. It's weird because I still relate to what J. Cole said in the song Love Yours, where he says there's beauty in the struggle and does all that stuff. So I feel that now. I can feel an enjoyment in the process, the artistic process that I'm experiencing. Like, there is a beauty in what I'm like. I was looking back at an old video with me and Jonathan at the old apartment and feeling like, oh fuck, not only am I glad I'm not there, but looking back, it can finally be funny now. It was really, really exhausting at the time, but seeing Jonathan eating fucking hot Cheetos and ramen noodles on an air mattress next to a wolf beast was pretty goddamn funny. When we had no hot water, oh fuck. Not to say that my living situation is, that's better. That's better. It's a little better. It's better. Figuring it out. I'm gonna get that RV. Don't worry, guys. I've been giving up. I put money away for that. We've taken a detour, a mental detour. I was saying words and statements, and I was giving my opinions and feelings. Okay, beauty in the struggle, enjoying yeah, I've actually been finally enjoying the artistic experience and the progression of it, minus the shitty parts, obviously, but, you know, I'm dealing with them. And it doesn't feel like I see the light at the end of the tunnel. I don't see it. I definitely don't see it. It's, there's going to be a long time. There's going to be a long time before I'm where I'm picturing in my head, which, you know, I'm up for the challenge. No, I can't see the light at the end of the tunnel, but it's like I've been given a map that says, don't worry, there is a light at the end of the tunnel. I remember doing this, even with this podcast. No, we're not going that far, Aaliyah. I remember feeling like, what the fuck am I doing? I remember seeing other comics on flyers and being like, shit, they're on flyers. My face isn't on a flyer. What am I? I'm not a comic. My face isn't on a flyer. How am I possibly going to become successful? How am I going to become successful and famous if my face doesn't get put on a flyer? So, looking back on it, that's a really, not dumb way to gauge your level of worth and success in this career art form, but just kind of silly. And I guess that feels good. It feels good to feel like I'm going in the same progression that Tyler seemed to have been going on, which is nice. I'm gonna keep watching Tyler. I think that's another person I need to start thinking about. I know I've talked Dave Chappelle to death here, so at some point people are gonna get concerned and they're gonna let him know, like, hey man, some dude's been making a manifesto, he's been making a podcast manifesto, and he's really inching towards that trigger finger. He said he bought guns or something. Yeah, I should chill out on the Dave Chappelle talk, and I'll get on the Tyler the Creator talk. He's more my age anyway. No, but just it really feels like there's a light at the end of this tunnel. It feels like this is very possible to live off of. In a weird way, I'm kind of doing that already, as it is, with the street stand-up. Like, I'm not getting many interpreting jobs because I'm a freelancer, and Postmates is really hard to do when it's like 100 and something degrees and you're exhausted. But making money doing street stand-up is fulfilling. Like, I think I'm able to handle the way the world is right now because I'm not going to work. At least not to the degree that I was back when I was doing work. Like, when it's just way better to live off of, I'm sorry, I'm near a bit of a character. Yeah. Anyway, hold on. Okay, that's right. Light at the end of the tunnel. Yeah, I can't see it, so it could all be a lie. This could come crushing down on me. But no, I mean technically I'm doing it. It's not the way I would have ever imagined, and it's still it's work. It's not like oh, I'm doing a quick 30-minute set and gonna make $100. It's not like that. It's like for real grinding. It's like, oh, let me see if I can make $20 in 2 hours of talking on the street to random strangers. Ugh. So that's not ideal, but fuck, money's money. Making money from stand-up comedy is it is dreamlike. Like I think that's why it's hard for me to wrap my mind around any sort of enjoyment of all of this. Don't worry, I'll be able to accept joy in my heart one day. I'm working on it, guys. Putting in the reps, putting in the emotional push-ups and sit-ups. My heart's going to be so buff. My spirit is going to be so woke. I think give me a couple years. It's just going to be like Avatar. My hair's going to glow. It's going to turn white when I become super spiritual and I decide to meditate for over 30 minutes. You guys don't know how fucking woke I'm going to be. You have no idea. I was saying words, and words is what I was saying, and the words are gonna come back out of my mouth. It feels like in a weird living, not well, but living off of stand-up comedy, not having to go to work every day. There was this little piece of me that was scared, that was like, whenever I get to that point, what if I'm still sad? What if I get to that point? What if I get to that point and I am still feeling this way? And it's really nice to know that I'm 100% confident that when I can live off of like not live off of it the way I'm doing right now, when I can really legitimately say this is my career, when I can pay rent with stand-up comedy without being nervous. When I can pay rent and save money, I'm really inflating this, but I'm getting that RV, so I'm not even gonna need to worry about rent for a while. But when I can pay rent and still save up money and still be like good, if I can make an interpreter's salary now that I'm not in debt, if I can make an interpreter's salary from stand-up comedy, I'd be so fucking happy. That would be amazing. So. Yeah, it feels good. I'm gonna also in this change of this change of technique that I'm doing. Like not to say that I don't think I'm changing the style. I don't think I could change the style. I think I don't know. I think my voice is slowly getting developed, just slowly becoming clearer. And then I'm sure I'm gonna think that's a fucking stupid statement in a year, but I think my voice is slowly getting more defined. I think it's a little more clear, like, I don't know, who I am as a performer. People get my vibe when I'm out there on the street. I don't know if it's going to translate to stage yet. But it feels like working on the skill of the minute, the small things, not worrying about big, huge ideas. I think I said in the last one that people were boring to me sometimes. Like people would be boring. And people would be boring. And I think what it is I just needed to entertain myself without interfering in other people's life in a negative way. And I think just looking at it as jokes, just practice jokes. That whole, like, now that I know how to perform in a dramatic sense, I know how to captivate people's attention through serious talk, through fucking obnoxious TED Talks on the street. Now if it's just a matter of being funny, I guess that's the new game, I guess. That's my new MJ mentality on it. It's just a game. I just need to improve. It's okay. It's like when MJ was against the Bad Boy Pistons at the time? The Detroit Pistons, yeah. When MJ was against the Pistons and they were kicking the shit out of him, that was skinny MJ. It was twig MJ. That was like that was baby MJ before he was buff. And so he was getting the shit kicked out of him, and he was like, all right, well, I gotta add that to my skill. So he just focused on, beefing up, getting those elbows ready, hiding safety pins in his sweatbands so he can come in like Always Sunny in Philadelphia. Take Isaiah Thomas out, gangster style. Yeah, that's I think that's a good way to look at it, the minutiaes. I think that's going to keep me from going fucking insane out there. And it's going to allow me to switch from this weird, negative, depressing Sylvia Plath. All right. Tyler, the Creator, is going to be a new focus of mine. Dave Chappelle. I'm still gonna put my Aaron meets Chappelle hashtag out there, but I'm not gonna talk about that as much. I think I've kind of wrung that dry at this point. So I'm gonna focus a little more on Tyler the Creator's career, see what he did, see what he's doing, see why, see his interviews and all that, and see what I can get out of that. All right. Well, I'm sorry, Tyler. If you know one person you think would like this or really like Tyler, the Creator, please share it with them. All right, thanks.